beautiful places in the world to hold a motor race. This is the Valais region of Switzerland for the final round of the 2012 FIA European Rally Championship. It's been beautiful here all day, and the race has got underway in great style. We're live here in the service park in Sion. We've still got one of the stages going on at the moment, just in the background behind those trees, and we're going to try and bring you up to date with these live shows throughout the next few days on exactly what's been happening here in Switzerland. So what we're going to be seeing now is some shots of the guys as they left the podium this morning. This is Laurent Riche. He's the winner of last year's rally. That man there, Nicholas Outhouse, was doing very well last year as well. He's now 2012 Swiss Rally champion. He had a great summer too. This is Florian Gonel. His first time here at the Rallye de Valais in a Super 2000 car. Normally drives a Group N Mitsubishi, but last year stacked it in quite spectacular fashion, to say the least. Another man looking very confident indeed, that's Sebastian Caron. And all these guys left the service park earlier on in the day. Now this is one car very much to watch indeed, the world debut for Peter Schön and the Citroën regional rally car. This is the first weekend for them. The car's only driven about 10 kilometers before they got it out the trailer here this weekend here in Valais. But Peter Schön, 8 times Belgian rally champion, looking to do good things here in the mountains this weekend. This is Antonín Tlusak from the Czech Republic, looking quite confident as well. And Antonín getting himself set and ready to go. Number 9 car as well, looking quite confident. That's Michel Bury, son of a very famous guy indeed as well, Olivier Bury. Olivier not actually competing this weekend, so it's all down to his son to see what he can do here in the mountains. This is the live shot once again from the service area. And this is everybody after the first stages of the day. There's 3 stages today. The first stage was in Crans-Montana, and the second stage in Anzère as well. Very tough, very demanding. I drove up and down them in a rental car the other day. That was bad enough, let alone in a rally car at high speed. So they've done 2 stages. They're just out there competing the third stage, which is a show stage in the middle of Sion. And while they're getting set ready to do that, we're going to show you some shots from earlier in the day. This is Laurent Riche. Now Laurent is defending event champion. Not driven in many rallies so far this year, but obviously it's his home race, so looking to do good things as well. He was Swiss Rally champion last year as well, but hasn't repeated that. That's actually gone to another driver, I'm sure we'll see in just a moment. But his first year in the Swiss Rally Championship full-time last year, and he won this event and won that championship too. Now, after the first stage, he was down, let me just have a quick look, in 5th place out on the road. But he was quickest in the second of the day's 2 stages. That was the one in Anzère. And these roads don't look too bad when you're hanging out of a helicopter looking at them, but trust me, going up and down one, I even made the stupid mistake of trying to run up one earlier today, and I'll never make that mistake again. But these cars have got slightly more horsepower than one me, so they have no trouble whatsoever. We're now back live in the service area. This is Laurent Riche's car, just being worked on by the mechanics, and in the service area, Stevie, our pit reporter, has caught up with Laurent.
On est ici chez Laurent Riche. Comment c'était la première spéciale?
La première, c'était un peu la reprise en main de la voiture. On n'a pas beaucoup roulé cette année, donc il fallait reprendre en main la voiture. Puis on a commencé doucement, puis on a attaqué plus dans la deuxième déjà.
Laurent said he started easy off in the first stage because he had not been driving a lot this year, and in the second stage it was already better. Et maintenant ici dans la caserne, vous avez perdu pas mal de temps.
Ouais, beaucoup. Bon, on a fait un demi tête à queue, on perd peut-être 7 secondes, mais ça explique pas l'écart. Moi je pense avoir bien roulé, mais visiblement pas. J'ai pas d'explication.
Laurent said he lost about 7 seconds with a spin, but he doesn't understand where he lost the other time. Et ici aux casernes, il y a beaucoup d'ambiance. Hein?
Oui, bah oui, c'est sympa, ça met l'impression un peu. C'est une spéciale qui est quand même difficile. On n'a pas l'impression comme ça de l'extérieur, mais c'est très très glissant, beaucoup de terre. C'est pas facile au niveau pilotage. Puis il faut trouver le juste milieu entre le spectacle et l'efficacité.
He said it's not an easy stage, but there is a lot of ambience with the spectator because there is some gravel parts and it's very nice. Et pour les 2 jours qui viennent, ils annoncent un peu de pluie.
Ouais, demain, j'espère qu'on passera entre les gouttes. Par contre, samedi, ça risque d'être très difficile au niveau conditions. Donc, on verra. On va déjà aborder demain et on verra samedi.
He said it will maybe raining, and for Saturday it will be maybe some snow, so it will be difficult. Thank you.
Well, Laurent Rees sounding pretty confident as well. This is the car of Nicholas Outhouse. And Nicholas, not doing too bad to start the day. Was 4th on the first stage. Stage number 2 dropped down the order a little bit. He was 6th on the road, but still not doing too bad at all. And he was doing very, very well in last year's rally as well, until he had an unfortunate puncture on the first day. First day always a bit nervy in any rally, everybody just finding their feet. But there's an awful lot of home racers here for the Rallye de Valais. And they've got an awful lot of home support as well. That's quite fun for these guys to drive up the roads they normally drive to their houses. But an awful lot faster as well. But a very good driver indeed, Nicholas Outhouse. He was 5th overall last year, and he is your new 2012 Swiss Rally Champion. Every time he started in 2012, he finished up on the podium as well. He's won 2 races and just had a fabulous year in that little Peugeot. So his goal for this weekend is to crown his championship season with a win. And we're now back live in the service area with Nicholas Outhouse's team doing the service work underneath the car. And Stevie, our service area reporter, has caught up with Nicholas Outhouse.
Nicholas, comment c'était la première spéciale?
La première spéciale était comme d'habitude au Valais, ça glisse toujours beaucoup. Et puis j'ai été un peu trop gentil dans la montée. On a perdu un petit peu du temps, je pense, dans la montée. Mais bon, c'est le début du rallye, donc on y est allé gentiment et on verra ce qui se passe un peu plus tard.
Nicolas said he had started easy because on the first stage of the Valais it's always very slippery, and especially in the ascending part he lost some time. Et c'est quoi la situation dans la spéciale?
On a perdu encore plus de temps dans la deuxième, mais c'est pas. J'ai fait une petite erreur de pilotage et dans la troisième on a bien limité les dégâts, donc je crois qu'on est 4e, donc ça se passe pas trop mal.
For the moment he is 4th, so he is happy, and he made also an error in the second stage. Et vous êtes déjà champion, donc vous allez essayer de faire quelque chose d'extra ici?
Oui, c'est toujours. On s'est un petit peu relâché vu qu'on est déjà champion, et c'est clair que le début du rallye on a été un peu trop relâché. On était encore déjà en vacances, donc il faut qu'on s'énerve pour demain.
He said it's easy to now he is champion, but he was a bit too relaxed. Et pour demain, qu'est-ce que ça va donner?
Bon, le rallye est encore long. Demain, 2-3 belles spéciales sur l'asphalte. On va essayer de rouler plus vite qu'aujourd'hui, un petit peu réduire les temps sur les premiers, mais tout est encore jouable jusqu'à samedi matin.
He said everything is still possible, and the race is still long, and tomorrow he will try to close the gap with the first ones. Thank you.
Well, good to see Nicholas Outhouse in confident mood. Just to say as well, the 2012 European Rally Champ has already been crowned. That was earlier on in the year. That's Juha Hänninen from Finland. He's not here this weekend, but still an awful lot to play for. That man has wrapped up the Swiss Rally Championship. Do you know, it's actually exhilarating sitting here just watching the car weave through these beautiful, beautiful roads. You just can't imagine how exciting it must be to drive at that speed through these narrow little roads and up some very, very steep hills as well. There's an awful lot of climbing and dropping on the Rallye de Valais. As you can see off to the side there's some fairly hefty tumbles down those hills. But Nicholas Outhouse looking to put a real cherry on top of his championship cake this year. with a good result here this weekend. Trying to be consistent and quick at the same time. There's definitely something to be said about racing drivers. You see the drops off the side, and they don't worry about those at all. It's just foot down, fast as possible, without any thought for own personal safety most of the time, to be honest with you. So your next driver going to be coming into view in a moment. That's still Nicholas Houthouse. Slow motion of him sliding around the corner. This is Florian Gonnon. Now Florian, another great Swiss competitor, last year crashed very, very badly with his Group N Mitsubishi, but this year he's in another Peugeot Super 2000. Stop me if you've heard that before. And after the special stage here in Sion, the team doing some very, very hard work on the car, getting it ready to go for tomorrow. And just to say, the reason we can't actually give you an overall classification at the moment is the rally is still going on while we're broadcasting live. I can actually see it out the window here, going on just in the beautiful surroundings here at the base of the mountain. The rally starts quite early on tomorrow morning, so they're getting the work in right now, getting it ready for the morning. So this is Florian Gonnon out on the road earlier today. And in previous years as well with the Group N car, the lower classified Group N car, he was second in 2010. He's always good for kind of a top 10 finished. He really did. He had a huge accident on the first stage, literally one of the first corners of the rally last year with his own Subaru last year. Put a dent in his event chances and a big dent in the car as well. So these shots from earlier today, going up towards Crans-Montana. And a lot of these drivers have had an awful lot of experience in the Swiss Rally Championship and driving round these roads as well. And Stevie has managed to catch up with Florian Gonnon right now.
Florian, l'année passée, vous avez fait un très grand crash ici, mais maintenant, ça a l'air d'être mieux, hein?
Oui, l'année passée, on a fait une grosse sortie de route où ma navigatrice a été blessée. Je dirais que c'est pas oublié, hein, c'est arrivé, c'est là. On essaie de faire avec. Donc aujourd'hui, on est parti progressivement, comme je l'avais annoncé. L'année passée, on voulait gagner. On a dit on part à 100%. Cette année, j'ai parti sur un autre optique. On est parti un petit peu plus tranquillement et on garde une marge de sécurité quand on peut.
Florian said after his unfortunate crash last year where his co-driver got injured, this year he started a little bit more cautious. Last year he wanted to win and he started full attack. Et comment est-ce qu'on compare la Super 2000 par rapport à la Group N?
Ben, en tenue de route, c'est clair que c'est nettement meilleur, en freinage aussi. Mais comme par exemple dans la spéciale numéro 2 d'aujourd'hui, où il y a beaucoup d'épingles très serrées, c'est difficile de repartir, il faut secouer l'embrayage et tout. Et pour moi, c'est un petit peu anti-mécanique et j'ai de la peine. Alors avec le turbo, c'était beaucoup mieux de rouler au couple.
He said the Super 2000 is better to be in the fast sections. But in the slower corners, the Group N car with the turbo is better because you can come out of the corner a bit faster. Et c'est difficile de trouver un bon setup avec cette voiture?
Oui, je pense que c'est très difficile car la voiture est très pointue, il faut en avoir beaucoup confiance. Moi, j'ai pas d'expérience avec cette voiture, donc j'essaye de rouler vite. Mais maintenant, pour aller très vite, je pense que c'est presque un métier. Il faudrait beaucoup rouler et essayer justement des setups, des réglages et tout. Et en la louant occasionnellement comme je fais, c'est seulement la 3e fois que je l'utilise, donc j'ai pas d'expérience.
He says to be fast in this car and to have a good setup, you have to drive it a lot because it's very difficult to have a good setup. You have to try a lot, and this is only his 3rd time, so it will take a little bit more learning. Et maintenant ici la course est très serrée, hein?
Ben oui, dans les 2 premières spéciales, c'était vraiment serré. Je dirais les vainqueurs se sont échangés. Chun était parti très fort, mais je crois qu'il est parti à la faute dans la spéciale numéro 2. Et ici, je me suis senti à l'aise dans la spéciale numéro 3, donc on a mis un petit coup de gaz. Mais c'est clair qu'aujourd'hui, il y avait peu de kilomètres, donc peu de différence en temps à l'arrivée.
He said it's very tight between the competitors, and Chun made a mistake, he thinks, in the 2nd stage, so he has to stay careful. Et maintenant, pour demain, qu'est-ce que ça va donner?
Pour demain, je vais continuer, je dirais, à rouler sur le même rythme. La grosse journée, ce sera samedi. Donc, je vais essayer de rester au contact de tête. Mon objectif est un podium ici. Mais la grosse difficulté, ce sera samedi. Il faudra vraiment éviter la crevaison.
He will try to get through tomorrow and to stay in the lead or to be in front. But the important day is Saturday. The rally will be decided. Thank you.
Florian Gonnen sounding fairly confident there, and so he should be. After the, I think after the first stage, let's have a quick look. He was third overall. Second stage, he was second. So a really good start to the rally for him. And it's very interesting as well just to get some news from Stevie as well and the drivers about the setups of the car, because it's very, very difficult, especially on mountain stages, because you start low down. Sometimes it can be nice and sunny and warm, and as the cars climb up the hill, obviously it gets colder, it gets slipperier, and it's been nice and sunny today and fairly warm temperatures in the high teens. But throughout the rest of the weekend, tomorrow it's supposed to rain. Saturday there's a very good chance it's going to be snowing on quite a few of the stages, and the main stage on Saturday in Verbier, if you know your skiing, that's one of the most famous ski resorts in the world, and we're going to be in Verbier on Saturday, and there's a very good chance it will be snowing up there, so it's going to make life very, very good fun indeed, and definitely going to shake up the order of the rally right towards the end of it. This is Sebastian Carroll. He was Swiss champion back in 2007 in the N2 class, and then also in 2008 in the N3 as well. And Sebastian doing a great job of driving. Such a good job. In fact, he was second on the first leg, and he led the rally overall after the second stage. So I think Stevie's going to try and catch up with him over there out there in the service area, just to see how the last special stage, the show stage around in front of all the great fans here in Sion went. And here's Stevie with Sebastian.
Sébastien, comment c'était la première spéciale?
Première spéciale, c'est très bien passé. C'est vrai qu'on a fait 2-3 petites erreurs. On a fait un petit tout droit. On a loupé notre départ. Mais autrement, c'est vrai que j'étais étonné d'être déjà dans le coup pour mon premier rallye avec une Super 2000. Ouais.
He's very surprised that he is already in the front with the Super 2000 car. He made some mistakes. He missed the start. He went sometimes straight on, but he is very happy so far. Et tu as trouvé un bon setup?
J'avais un super bon setup, on a juste modifié un petit peu devant la basse vitesse. C'est vrai qu'elle avait tendance à beaucoup bourrer du nez, donc on a fait un petit changement, puis ça s'est bien passé dans les deux autres. Autrement, le setup, il est bien, ouais.
He has a very good setup. He just changed something with the gearbox, but now it's perfect for him. Et demain, qu'est-ce que ça va donner? Parce qu'ils annoncent de la pluie et pour samedi peut-être de la neige.
Alors demain, j'ai pas regardé le temps encore, mais je crois que demain matin, apparemment, c'est encore bon, hein, ça devrait tenir. Donc on va partir. On va pas trop réfléchir, quoi. C'est clair que si on voit que ça menace un petit peu, bon, j'aurai peut-être un petit peu la carte de la sécurité parce que les routes sont très glissantes ici. Donc non, on verra demain matin, quoi.
He will watch out what the weather will do. When he sees it will start raining, he will slow down a bit. Et ici aux casernes, c'était bien, une bonne ambiance avec tous les spectateurs qui sont ici.
Oui, c'est une spéciale toujours un petit peu qui prend ici au cœur. C'est vrai qu'avec tout ce monde qu'il y a autour, on est tenté toujours un petit peu d'en faire un petit peu trop, un petit peu de spectacle, et puis il faut justement pas.
He's always very happy to drive here in the Casernes special stage because it's very close to his heart and he tries to do something extra. Et c'est la première fois avec la Super 2000, ça te plaît un peu?
Oui, c'est vrai qu'on a roulé avec une Clio Super 1006 toute la saison, donc c'est la première fois qu'on roule une 4x4, et puis ouais, super, ouais, ça va bien.
Et c'est une grande différence de style de rouler avec une 4x4 et une 2 roues motrices?
Oui, tout ce qui est appui et tout ce qui est passage en courbe, c'est vraiment différent, quoi. Les appuis sont pas identiques qu'avec une traction où c'est qu'on conduit avec le train avant.
He said it's a very different style of driving, this being his first race with a 4x4 car, because he is used to drive with front-wheel drive. So it's a big change in style of driving. Thank you.
Well, a big change in style of driving, but you'd never know. He's in the lead at the moment in the Opel Rally. That's Sebastian Caron. First time in a four-wheel drive car. I think he should have done that years ago by the looks of it. Some guys just have that natural talent, and obviously he's got it in spades. But once again, today, very nice, warm, decent weather. we're not going to have that for the next couple of days. Good chance of rain, like we said, tomorrow. And what's going to make it even more difficult is when the drivers go out, they do a loop of stages, which is normally 2 or 3. One stage can be wet, one stage will be dry, one stage may even be snowing here in the Alps. Makes your tyre choice slightly tricky. And also makes your driving choice very tricky as well. It's going to be come Saturday. We've got 3 live shows planned for Saturday. You don't want to miss those because it's going to be changing throughout the day all over the place. Once again, fantastic onboard shot. That is a remote camera, folks. That's not a cameraman being made to be sick in the passenger seat. He's got a perfectly good co-driver for that. But Sebastian Caron really, really giving it the beans the whole way through the day. Today's stages as well, comparatively short to some that we've got coming up in the next couple of days. As we see a mugshot of Rudy Smedlin. He drives a Mitsubishi Evo. That's the Lancer since 2007, and in the Swiss Championship as well. After the first stage earlier on today, let's have a quick look down the order, find out where he was. He didn't do too badly at all. I think he was 14th after the first stage, and he was 10th on stage number 2. So he's still in the top 10 by the looks of it. But the Group N car's going to be struggling here against the might of quite a few of the elite in European rallying the Super 2000s. But putting all that local knowledge to very, very good use indeed. So Rudy Smedlin, like I said, in the top 10 at the moment. And here's Stevie with Rudy.
Rudy, wie ist das mit einem Group N in diese Bergen zu fahren?
Also, es ist so, das Auto ist sehr schwer, weil das ist ein serienmäßiges Auto. Gegen die Super 2000 hat man keine Chance, aber wir werden sehen, ob wir Gruppe N so weit wie möglich nach vorne fahren können.
He says it's a very different car than a Super 2000. It's also a heavy car, so it's almost impossible to beat with Super 2000 cars, and he hopes to be in front of the Group N. Sind Sie zufrieden von Ihrem Tag?
Also heute haben wir mal auf Abwarten gemacht, also nicht voll attackiert, aber sicher zufrieden, ja. Mein Ziel ist Ziel.
He says his goal is to be at the finish. He's happy about his day and it was okay. Und es geht misschien sneeuwen Samstag.
Ja, wir werden es mal sehen. Wenn ich am Samstag noch dabei bin, dann können wir immer noch sehen, was wir machen. Aber so ist noch ein langer Weg.
It's still a long way till Saturday. And he will see what happens when he's still in the race, and when it snows, it snows. Und seid ihr zufrieden von dem Setup?
Ja, bis jetzt sind wir sehr zufrieden und so wie es aussieht, sind wir jetzt momentan 2. oder 3. Gruppe N.
He's very happy about the setup, and now he is about 2nd or 3rd in Group N, so he's happy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not happy. He's surprised as well. Definitely a prize going to Stevie for managing to speak the most languages in one day as well. But that's why you have a reporter who is bilingual. So well done, Stevie. But Rudy Smedlin, like he said, 3rd in Group N at the moment. No mean feat whatsoever. So right, just to the left of where you're looking at there, right behind that Pirelli sign, is where this evening's special stage is going on, with all the spectators crowded in around what is basically an industrial area in Sion, but really, really a beautiful place. Like I said, I've had quite a bit of time to explore the area. This is this rally was previously known as the Rallye du Vin, and you can easily see why from all the wine growing that's done around here. It's definitely the wine region of Switzerland, and the locals are very, very friendly indeed. The wine is fantastic, and if you do ever get the chance to come here, you should really, really take it. This man, number 6, is Urs Hunziker. He was 4th overall last year, again with a Group N car. Now, I can't state how much that takes some doing as well, up against the might of the Super 2000 car. Basically, this is a 2-wheel drive car. The Super 2000s are 4-wheel drive. They've got more power. They're just basically bigger and better in virtually every way. That's why you normally see them at the front of the order. It's very rare that anyone with a Group N car gets up amongst the order, but when they do, it really is something to behold. So, Urs Hunziker He's racing an awful lot this year as well. Driven in over 15 rallies this year, so gaining an awful lot of experience. And earlier on today, let's have a quick look. He was 9th in the first stage and 6th in the second stage to go around about, I was going to guess 5th, but no, he's a bit further down than that. He was 8th after stage number 2. And hopefully Stevie's going to catch up with him to find out exactly how he did out there on the special stage this evening in Sion. But no, he's still out and about. Well, we're back to taking a look at the man in Belgian rallying, Peter Schoen, 8 times champion here this weekend with the debut of the regional rally car. The car provided by Citroën for this weekend here in Valais. And Peter Schoen came out the gate only 10 kilometres before he brought it here this weekend. This car had been on the road, and boy did he make it count. On the first stage, he was number 1. There is a big but to this story, though. And I do hope Stevie can manage to track him down, because I'd really, really like to hear from him. He's done just about everything there is to do in Belgian rallying. He's 8 times champion, like I said. Normally drives a WRC car, but here is the story. You can see all the mechanics. It's brand spanking new, but it's a little bit flatter than it was earlier today. On the last corner, I do believe, of the second stage, he went upside down. The car seems to be quite shiny still, apart from the roof, actually, so it must have just flipped and squished the top of it. So Peter Schoen having a very, very eventful day in Valais, leading out of the blocks at the start of the day, but he lost an awful lot of time on that second stage. At the last count, it was something like 4.5 minutes down from the leader, Sebastian Caron, so he's going to be faced with a monumental task over the next couple of days. The mechanics are trying to fix the car, so he's not giving up. I hope there aren't too many air leaks, because it's going to be quite freezing over the next couple of days here in the Alps. But everybody's still working on the car. It does look quite shiny by comparison, in all honesty. And a bit of a learning curve, no pun intended, for Peter this weekend too. Most of the Belgian rallies are fairly flat, as Belgium is a fairly flat country. Switzerland is precisely the opposite, to be honest with you. But this is a new development and a very new car, and we're going to hear from the man himself right now. Stevie is with Peter Schoen.
Peter, they are working very hard on the car. What happened?
Yeah, I rolled it at the end of stage 2. Very slowly. It was 10 meters from the flying finish, left corner, and I braked a bit early, and I went on the accelerator again, and then there was some gravel on the road, and I didn't manage to take the corner, so I slid very slowly from the ditch, in the ditch, and then I rolled it on the roof, so lost.
All the locals say it's very slippery on the first few stages. Is there a lack of experience in this race for you?
Yeah, I think we also put hard tires because it was quite good weather, but all the Swiss guys were on the soft tires, so I also had to take the soft tires. But okay, the times were good. Times in the first stage was very good, and the second stage we were pushing a bit less. But yeah, you see, even if you don't really push, you can go off the road, so it's a pity.
And how much time did you lose with the crash?
I think about 4 or 5 minutes, something like that. So it won't be possible to win.
And how big is the damage? Can they fix everything?
Yeah, there's no real damage. Mechanically, there's nothing wrong. We just rolled it at 5 kilometers an hour, so it's just the front window and the back window and the roof, and that's it. It's just some body damage.
It's a pity though, because it's a brand new car. It's the first time in the world that this car is racing.
Yeah, I know, but you know, that's racing. You know, it's the first mistake of my season, and we did the fastest time on the first stage, and then we went off the second, so it's not good. But no, it's strong cars. It's made for that, so they have a bit of work, but they will fix it, no problem.
And how is it with this car? It's a different kind of driving than your C4, I suppose.
Yeah, well, we couldn't do any testing before the rally, so we had only the official test. So we run 10 kilometers with it. It's good to put the seat well, and so it's I'm still discovering the car, so it's a bit lack of experience. But you know, you do the fastest time, and then you don't think about the lack of experience. You just want to win the rally, and perhaps I missed a bit of experience of how the car reacts. But okay, that's part of the game, and tomorrow we will keep on learning the car and try to improve it.
And how is the setup? Was it okay without even testing the car?
Well, yeah, it's a bit on the back with a small. How do you call it? I don't know, but there's a bit lack of
pressure.
Yeah, adherence. Yeah, I don't know the word in English.
Of grip.
Of grip, yeah. So it's a small spoiler, so there's not enough grip. But yeah, that's the rules of this RSC car, and we have to change a bit the suspension to get more grip on the back. And yeah, anyway, tomorrow we'll see if it's rain or not. It will change a lot, but it's still a long rally, so it's only 30 kilometers today and still 270 to go.
And even for Saturday, they announced maybe some snow.
Yeah, I'm not really keen on that because I have no experience in the snow, but I remember Althaus, I think last year he lost 6 minutes, and I think he still finished 5th or 3rd or 5th, so yeah, it's still a long rally. We're just going to keep on pushing, try to do some good times tomorrow, improve the car, improve our driving with the car, learn about the car, and hopefully we don't do any bad things anymore this weekend.
Thank you, and good luck.
Well, you can clearly see the disappointment in Peter Schoen's face. Obviously, with no testing, they really were up against it this weekend. They must have been so happy with themselves to come out and set the quickest time on the first stage. And you can just see the mechanics lowering a new windscreen into place. But good to see Peter Schoen here in Valais, and I'm sure he'll be going for it as much as he possibly can over the next couple of days. He hasn't come all this way to lose. So this guy getting comfy in his Skoda Super 2000 is Antonin Tlusak, the Czech national team. Antonin was actually 3rd in the rally last year. He's been driving in an awful lot of various rallies throughout Europe this summer. 18 actually so far this year, competing in the Czech Championship and some rounds of the European Championships as well. This is the same car that, like I said, he finished 3rd overall with last year. And they started racing, way back in the 90s. Mostly in the Czech Championship, and obviously as the funds and the desire to go quicker increased, he also increased his participation in the European Series as well. So earlier on today, let's see how he got on. In the first stage, he was actually 4th overall. Second stage, he was 8th. So currently out on the road. After stage 2, he was 5th. And again, I do apologise, having no idea actually how he did on this evening's special stage, because he's only just pulled back into the service area. The mechanics taking the car apart, making sure everything's A-OK and tip-top. It really is survival of the fittest here in the mountains, because not only are they demanding roads, but it's very, very demanding with the different conditions that they're going to be seeing throughout the weekend. That nice, clean, shiny Skoda will not look like that come sometime tomorrow, to be honest with you. We've got some very, very hard stages coming up indeed. Like Peter Schoen just said, today is 30 kilometres, and we've still got about 270 to go. So it's a real war of attrition normally here in the Alps. I'm actually surprised no one's had a puncture, because that's normally one of the things that happens quite a bit on the first day, but there's plenty of time to be going on for that. But this car, not this car, but I was going to say a Skoda, has already won the European Championship. And this weekend it's up to Antonin Tlusak to do the Czech car company proud. Mechanics going through, checking the brakes, making sure the dampers and the steering and everything is okay. You don't want to be flying off the side of a mountain. And Stevie has managed to catch up with him in the service area right now.
Antonin, last year you were on the podium. Do you think you can do the same this year?
V loňském roce si skončil na stupni vítěz, myslíš si, že letos ani může dosáhnout taky? Tak určitě se budeme snažit, začali jsme dobře, jsme na 5. místě absolutně, a pro nás je důležitá top 10, ale ještě lepší top 5, a samozřejmě bychom chtěli bojovat do stupně vítězů. I think it is possible. We will do maximum for it. We are now in top 5, and this is our goal.
Now 3 stages into the rally. How was the setup?
Odjel si 3 zkoušky, jaké bylo nastavení a jak to všechno šlo? Tak tím, že to známe z Lonska, tak nastavení jsme měli perfektní, pneumatiky jsme trefili, takže ty 3 rychlostky šly podle představ jakoby výborně.
Because we have experience from previous year, our setup was perfect and also tires, so everything was working perfectly.
And how do you like the stages?
Jak se ti líbí rychlostní zkoušky? Tak tady jsou krásné rychlostní zkoušky, náročné, teď uvidíme co počasí, mi se to líbí strašně moc.
Stages here are very beautiful, very difficult, but now we will see what will happen with the weather.
And how difficult is it to stay out of trouble? You see Peter Chun, he was leading after the first stage, but then he rolled.
Jak těžké je neudělat chybu, mluví o tom, že Cuen havaroval hned na druhé RZtě. Tady je to moc těžké, téměř každé zatáčce číhá nebezpečí 290 do 100 km, takže tady de facto na každém metru je obrovské nebezpečí.
It is very difficult rally, almost in each corner you can crash, so it's difficult to stay on the road.
And does he hope for rain or for dry weather in a couple of days?
Co bys chtěl radši, mokro nebo sucho?
Určitě sucho.
He will prefer dry conditions.
So no snow like they announced on Saturday?
Že na sobotu není žádný sníh, ale vidíme.
Jo.
Okay. Není nebo no není, ale...
Okay.
Yes. He prefers no snow, so it should be better.
Thank you.
Well, good to hear from the Czech driver. I'm a little bit upset with Steve. He can't speak Czech as well, but I have to have a word with him about that. But Antonin Slusak still well up there in the order, in the top 5 by the looks of it. And yeah, folks, it really is that beautiful here in the Alps. Gorgeous autumn weather. Well, today at least anyway, but the forecast not looking quite so clever. So the next car coming into view, Michel Bury, son of multiple Swiss Rally Championship winner Olivier Bury. Olivier's not racing here this weekend. He did actually come second in last year's rally with a Group N Mitsubishi Lancer. Now, that is, once again, no mean feat. When you're up against the might of everybody in the European Series, does it look weird having ski lifts without any snow? But anyway, Michel Bury at the moment didn't do too bad in the first couple of stages. He was 7th on stage 1, 5th on stage 2, and after the second stage he was 6th overall. And Stevie, I think, is going to be winging his way over there to try and catch up with him to see how he got on in this evening's special stage in front of all the supporters here in Switzerland. So here is Stevie with Michel Bury.
Michel, comment c'était la première spéciale avec la Super 2000?
C'était assez difficile, les spéciales aujourd'hui glissaient beaucoup, donc on a essayé de ne pas prendre de risques, d'arriver au bout aujourd'hui et puis on va commencer à attaquer demain.
Michel said he didn't take any risks today because it were very difficult stages that were very slippery, and he will start driving faster and faster tomorrow. Et c'est une grande différence avec la Super 2000 par rapport à une déromotrice?
Oui, c'est sûr qu'on était en DS3 l'année passée. La voiture, c'est totalement différent. Ça marche mieux, ça tient beaucoup mieux sur la route. C'est un châssis incroyable, donc c'est vrai que la différence est énorme.
He says it's a big difference between the DS3 that he was driving last year, because now they have 4x4 and it has better grip and it's a much better car. Et est-ce que votre père vous donne quelques consignes par rapport à la setup ou la façon de conduire cette voiture?
C'est sûr que mon père est toujours derrière. Pour les meilleurs comme les mauvais moments, il me dit que je dois rouler encore plus vite. Et c'est clair qu'aujourd'hui, ce n'était pas une journée satisfaisante. Il faut accélérer. On a les moyens d'aller chercher le podium, donc on va tout faire pour.
He says he has an opportunity to be on the podium and that his father is keeping pushing him more and more to go faster. And he helps him with finding a good setup. Et c'est difficile de trouver un bon setup avec la Super 2000?
C'est la première fois qu'on loue chez eux. Avant, on louait dans un autre team. C'est vrai que c'est des autres amortisseurs, c'est des pneus qu'on n'avait jamais roulés. C'est assez difficile de se mettre dedans d'entrée comme ça.
He said it were different tires than with the last team he drove, different shock breakers, so it's not easy to find a good setup. Et votre père ici, vous êtes fier de votre fils avec un Super 2000?
Oui, c'est une bonne progression. J'espérais qu'il soit un petit peu plus vite aujourd'hui, mais c'est vrai qu'il n'est pas trop décroché par rapport au premier. C'est important. Le rallye est très très long. Il y a encore 2 jours qui seront très très durs. Je pense que le rallye va avoir beaucoup de surprises encore demain et après-demain. Donc il faut qu'il hausse encore un petit peu son rythme pour recoller au peloton de tête. Mais bon, ben voilà quoi. Au moins il est déjà dans le tempo. C'est déjà une bonne chose.
This is his father, Olivier Berry, and he is pretty satisfied with the pace Michael had, but he wants him to be a little bit more faster. Et qu'est-ce que vous lui consignez pour demain?
Demain, c'est la grosse attaque. Là, demain, il faut vraiment qu'il sorte la grosse artillerie et puis faire un super temps dans les premières spéciales, se remettre en confiance dans le très très vite. Et après, ça va aller tout seul. Mais simplement qu'il ne faudra pas utiliser automatiquement sa carte chance et puis faire des fautes qui seront tout de suite imputables de perdre des minutes. Parce que demain, je pense qu'avec un tel écart qu'il y a entre les 5 ou 6 premiers, il va y avoir beaucoup de déchets demain.
With a small difference between the top 5, it will be a very hard day tomorrow, and it's crucial to stay on the road and not to lose some minutes on the stages. Thank you.
Well, not much pressure, Michael, with your dad hanging out with you in the service area as well. His dad won this event 7 times before as well. He's been Swiss Rally champ. He was second on the road as well last year. But a real good job by the younger of the two Barrys.
Destra 4 corta, lascia, apre 5. In sinistra 3, entra, veloce corta. In destra 2, veloce. In sinistra 3, veloce tieni. In destra 2, chiude su ponte. Vai 100. Al vuoto, ritarda poco, sinistra 4,50.
Well, we're on board there with Alessandro Perico from Italy, who was doing great things earlier on today. After stage number 2, he was 7th on the road with the little front-wheel drive Renault, would you believe? Up against the might of all the Super 2000, the 4-wheel drive cars, the Turbo Group N cars as well. And I do believe Stevie has caught up with Alessandro. Let's see if he can speak Italian in the pits.
How was the first day? First in 4-wheel drive?
This is a very good experience for us because it's the first time to this rally. Very hard, the stage. This is the first time for him with me. And so it's very difficult, a lot of concentration to the stage. We hope to do very well.
And how do you explain the fact that you are now in the top 10, in the middle of all 4-wheel drive cars, between Super 2000s in front of Group N cars?
But he's a very good pilot in Italy, and I know that he can do well.
And how difficult is your job as a co-driver in these twisty mountain roads?
It's very difficult for me because it's too much technical. But I hope to do well because this is very nice. It's fantastic, this rally. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that's one very happy co-driver indeed. That's Nancy Dragonetti. And yeah, I bet you didn't think that Alessandro Perico looked like that, but you never know, he might do. But what a fantastic day for those guys. It is only the first 3 stages, the first 30 kilometres of the whole rally, but to be in the top 10 against the might of all the 4-wheel drive cars, some of the turbo cars as well. As we wrap up the first day here in the mountains, we've got 2 more days to go. We've got another 5 live shows coming your way. This is the overall classification, and it's Florian Gonon who ended up on top of the pile after the first day, only 5 seconds in front of Sebastian Cowan. Laurent Riche 3rd, Nicholas Outhouse 4th, and Antonin Tuslak, there we go, in the top 5. So a very small margin separating the first 5 at the moment, but that's all going to change when we come back tomorrow. Our first show is at 1300 hours Central European time tomorrow for day 2 of the Rallye de Valais in 2013. You really don't want to miss it. With rain and snow forecast as well, we're going to get a good night's sleep, as are all the drivers. We really hope to see you then.
Le son.